Good morning, everybody. Y'all do not want to miss these games. You got You got all these college football games on, and we're gonna start off with the 12 o'clock ones. Georgia versus Kentucky, Michigan versus Wisconsin, Illinois versus Purdue, Iowa State versus Cincinnati. 3:30, you got Alabama versus Vanderbilt, Texas versus Florida, Notre Dame versus Boise State, Penn State versus UCLA, Virginia versus Louisville. And then you got the 4 o'clock game. You got Oklahoma versus Kent State. 7 o'clock game, you got Texas Tech versus Houston. 7:30, you got Ohio State versus Minnesota. Miami Hurricanes versus Florida State. Texas A&M versus Mississippi State. I'm gonna tell you these games again. Starting off with 12 o'clock games: Georgia versus Kentucky, Michigan versus Wisconsin, Illinois versus Purdue, Iowa State versus Cincinnati. 3:30, you got Alabama versus Vanderbilt, Texas versus Florida, Notre Dame versus Boise State, Penn State versus UCLA, Virginia versus Louisville. Then you got the 4 o'clock game. You got Oklahoma versus Kent State. 7 o'clock game, you got Texas Tech versus Houston. In the 7:30 games, you got Ohio State versus Minnesota, Miami Hurricanes versus Florida State, Texas A&M versus Mississippi State. So I'm gonna just let y'all in on something. The the Alabama and Vanderbilt game, that's the one that I'm interested in. Alabama's favored by 10.5 points. I find that so hysterical. But at the same time, though, we understand why Alabama is favored by 10.5 because we know what they have been doing lately. But at the same time, I guess you could say I don't get it. I kind of don't get it because Vanderbilt has not lost a game, but I guess they want to test the darn waters just to see how Vanderbilt is. Yeah, I'm very interested. They 5-0. Alabama, they ain't 5-0, but they 4-1, and I'm very interested to see how that game gonna turn out. And then let me see another one. I want to know if Georgia gonna bounce back because when they played Alabama, like I say, I don't know about y'all, but Kirby Smart, not in he should have not kicked. He should have kicked the field goal because they like I say they had as good as they was playing on defense. They could have stopped them and got the ball back, and it could have been game over. But it is what it is. But this is your chance to rebound after that loss. And then the Miami Hurricanes and Florida State Seminoles. Yeah, I'm very interested. Like I say, Miami been beasting, but they've been doing the same thing with Florida State been doing, playing them non-good teams. But the thing is, they haven't lost the game. Florida State got the darn got a wake-up call when they played Virginia, which is a good team, by the way. And I told y'all I don't think they're ready, but this is their chance just for everybody to see if they're ready. But y'all let me know who y'all think gonna win these games.